TitanMedicalCenter.com presents MSM's coverage of the 2019 Olympia. We are here, day one, Orleans Arena at Meet the Olympians with Jessica Reyes Padilla.
Ooh, I like how you say my name.
I roll those R's good, you know how the Italians and the Latinas, we can roll R's.
Yeah, we are killing it. We are killing it. I'm so excited, Joe, to be here one more year, my fourth year, thank God. So this is going to be like a really, really, really good year for me.
You've been having a phenomenal 2019, and you can cap it off with a really, really huge win here. So how do you feel coming into this show tonight?
Oh my God, I'm feeling really, really excited. This has been honestly, the best year ever for me. Arnold, Ohio, third place. Then I won the Arnold Australia. Then I went to New York Pro. I won the New York Pro, then Puerto Rico Pro Show. So I think that I've been doing a really good job with my coach, who is here. I want to introduce to him. Come here. Because I want.
Come on, coach.
I want people to see you. So this is my coach, Andrew Vu. So I've been working for him for less than a year, and we have been doing so great.
What have you done differently with to get her into the shape? Because she's looked incredible this year, Andrew.
This year, I mean, Jessica works hard, and I think she's just more consistent in training. And I just told her to train hard and heavy. I think in the past she used to lay off training and do too much cardio. So I learned that do more cardio in the beginning, then pull back on cardio during her prep so she can rest and recover a lot quicker.
I'm sure you didn't have a problem with that, right?
No, not at all. And then eat more, so.
But you came into this year, like you said, you had a really successful year. And what's the show you're doing after this? This is the last one for the year for you then, right?
My coach, he's the one who decide whatever it's on my schedule. But I think that we are going to rest. Yeah. And then just do the Arnold or something like that. So
yeah, because you've competed a lot this year, like you just said, a few of those shows, and you've traveled as well with them. So doing that kind of traveling in that many different times, it's tough to keep peaking like that. Give them out all your social media so they can follow you out there.
Jessica Reyes Padilla on Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram. So follow me.
She's going to take the gold right here in sunny Las Vegas.
How you doing? My name is John Sikoris, and this is Sharice Sikoris, and we're the owners of Titan Medical Center.
Hi, I'm the Crazy Hawk, Blackstone Athlete's first ever Spartan race athlete.
I'm Thea Renee.
And you are watching Muscle Sport Magazine TV.
Everybody gets a DAT. This no cash bail thing is fucking ridiculous. It just got passed here in my home shit state of New fucking York, and it is disgusting. So I have a few things to say on it, because the guys that watch my show regularly, you guys know before I was fucking media, muscle and sports and all of that stuff, I was an NYPD cop. I was a detective for many, many years, and I retired as a sergeant. So I dealt with a lot of different types of crimes and things like that, patrol investigations, all sorts of things like that. So I do have a lot of experience when it comes to arrests and why guys are put through the system and why guys receive DATs, which are desk appearance tickets. Desk appearance tickets, they're not as common. You have to really almost do like a slap on the wrist fucking bullshit kind of thing. It can't be a domestic incident kind of thing, because you don't want the guy getting out and going and then doing worse than he got fucking pulled in for the first thing. But now it's basically all misdemeanors, and it's all non-violent felonies. I got a huge problem with that, because I locked up a lot of guys that I put through the fucking system that would have got out with this thing. That would have been a big fucking problem, all right? what is a non-violent felony, actually? Do you have to, like, break somebody's bones for it to be a non-violent felony? Like, felony assault. If I punch you in the face and you got a bruise, it's a misdemeanor assault. I get locked up for a misdemeanor, which could be a DAT depending on the circumstances. If I punch you in the face, but I fucking crack your orbital bone, now it just jumped up to a felony. It's assault second degree, not third degree. That's a violent felony. Okay. Stealing a car. It's not violent, but it's a felony. Grand larceny auto, one of the index crimes, comp stat. So so if somebody steals a car, they can get out. Usually a DAT, you got to get them out within 2 hours. That was at least when I was fucking doing it, and I was a desk sergeant at the end, and that was what we were fucking chirped at by the fucking bars and the bars and stars, if you will. Get them out in 2 hours. Don't let them make any overtime. You'll spoil these guys. Whatever. But this is really bad because people are getting out and committing more crimes. So who are we satisfying here? Obviously, we're placating to the saying he's only in jail or she's only in jail because she's too poor to get out. No. Sorry. If you didn't commit a fucking crime, you wouldn't be in jail and have to worry about bail or no bail.
Nobody.
It's disproportionate against black and brown people. Well, then stop being disproportionate and committing fucking crimes, black and brown people. Believe me, I put a lot of white guys through the system. Okay? I had a friend that was fucking killed on duty in narcotics. It was a white guy that shot him. You think we showed him any white privilege? No, we did not. Okay? So please, don't give me that shit. They're only in jail because they can't fucking afford the bail. No, they're in jail because they fucked up. They got caught, they did something wrong, and they're going to fucking jail. Too bad if the guy's black and has no job. Maybe if he had a fucking job, he wouldn't be committing crimes. He doesn't have a choice. He can't get a job because he doesn't have white privilege. Let everybody hear the quota system or affirmative action? I should be fucking crying. I can't get a fucking job because an unqualified black guy got it ahead of me. Thanks, Democrats in the 60s.
Kill yourself.
No bail is a fucking disaster. And even the liberal Democrats are starting to realize that. And it's only been in implementation since the beginning of the fucking year. And guys it's like they're grandfathered into it. So guys that got locked up, now they can let them go, even if they got locked up before that. So guys are walking out of fucking jail like crazy, and they're fucking pieces of shit. So it's obvious that this fucking no bail is going to just explode, and you're going to have so many more fucking crime victims. They think that they're going to it's going to be less crimes because if they do this, people will be like, they're nicer and they won't commit. No! The same son of a bitch that just fucking committed a crime 2 hours later is going to commit another one because that's all he knows. He's a bad guy. Bad guys are bad guys, good guys are good guys. Nothing changes. Nothing at all. We can take a time machine 30 fucking years from now, and the bad guys are going to be the bad guys, and the good guys are going to be the good guys. Stop placating to the bad guys. Maybe if you had harsher punishments, they would commit less crimes. Yes, punishment is a deterrent, as was the death penalty, which they fucking pulled back too after we fought so hard to fucking get it. It's the middle of the winter, but MLB has been all over the news lately. And I'm here at MHS Care, Men's Health of Smithtown, with owner and president Brian Kaufman, and he and I were BSing in between doing videos about baseball, and the Mike Trout with HGH and his thyroid came up, and I said, let me ask you, Brian, how the fuck does that work? How is he, scheming, scamming, and what are the benefits if there are any? So, Brian, take it.
Well, hey guys, how you doing? It seems pretty crazy because the baseball is probably one of the most scrutinized sports with any sports enhancing drugs. So what I'm gathering is using the growth hormone or anything with do with thyroid function is they're trying to, I guess, balance or offset people who have thyroid issues with a little HGH therapy. It sounds crazy. These guys get paid a lot of money. They're professional athletes, It seems to me that they've been having so many issues with anabolics in baseball so long that maybe now a little HGH for recovery can help them. You're spending $100 million on a baseball player. A guy goes out, breaks his leg. Do they want that player out all season? They give him a little growth hormone, speed up the recovery a little bit. Not so bad. Now fills the contract. So that's what I'm kind of gathering that they're trying to is without legally or without anabolically, they're trying to let it in a little bit more at a time, I guess.
So what is HGH taken for somebody with a thyroid issue? What does it do?
With something as a thyroid condition, HGH normally would regulate or help with the T3 or T4 levels. If somebody who has a thyroid issue and they're taking a medication for it, normally the medication balances out the thyroid. There's no problem. If they're taking a thyroid that's an overactive thyroid, the medication is going to help them lose weight, give them more energy. It's going to overcorrect it, basically. So if you have a thyroid condition and you're taking medicine for it, it's going to work fine. If you don't have a thyroid issue and you're taking medication for it, you're going to cause a little more weight loss. So the medication is going to help you actually work a little more anabolically.
So I know a lot of people use T3 and T4 for cutting and stuff like that, bodybuilding.
That'd be the same scenario. So taking a medication that's going to help speed up your metabolism because your thyroid function is fine. So they're going to elevate their thyroxine levels or the T3, T4 levels. So it's going to burn more fat or give them more pep in the step.
So in the case with Mike Trout, let's just say for argument's sake, he does have a thyroid thing. It's going to just offset it. It's not going to really do much for his performance, right?
Yeah, because technically with thyroid medication or growth, you really need to add a little more anabolic, a little more testosterone to it. The Major League Baseball, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly. Will it help? Probably. But you really need testosterone really with growth to really get that anabolic effect for a baseball player to start throwing, pitching, hitting harder. But that's not going to happen, with baseball. They're not going to. I doubt it.
So if Mike Trout does have a thyroid issue, it's going to basically offset. It's not going to really enhance his abilities at all, right?
Correct. To make him feel normal, basically, and help his overactive thyroid. So.
And even if he doesn't, and they're doing a wink thyroid, it's still not going to help him that much because if he's not stacking it with tests,
he's not getting anything out of it, exactly. And they know exactly what they're doing. They're measuring. They're taking blood glucose samples. They're definitely looking at them. Even though they probably have their own doctor, watching them very closely. Believe me, they're not,
It's not an accident. No. Yeah. And I know, like, when the Mitchell report first hit back in, like, 07, 08, and all of the steroid things and everything, so with Clemens and all of that, a lot of these guys got caught just using HGH, having no idea what they were taking.
No, and because to them, they didn't think it was an anabolic. They didn't think it was a steroid. They're not thinking it's testosterone. But growth hormone by itself will promote lean muscle mass, will help you heal, and and your body will actually respond a lot better. But to them, they think, well, it's not testosterone, it's not an oral, it's just HGH. Yeah. So
they're not really getting an anabolic effect from it.
And you know what? Rightly so. They're not thinking they're really breaking the rules because technically, well, is it really sports enhancing or isn't it? Yeah. So I can understand how they're thinking.
And they were trying to get around because it's not on the urinalysis. You need a blood screening for it.
Exactly. It's not in the handbook saying you can't take testosterone, cyprinate, anadrol, and propionate. It has, HGH is more a grayish type of peptide than an anabolic steroid. It's always been that way.
So if everybody that's calling Mike Trout a cheater on Twitter, he really isn't a cheater.
I wouldn't say that. If he really has a medical condition that needs it, they know exactly what they're doing, and it would be unfair to say it's cheating because the guy has a condition that's being regulated, done correctly and fairly. So I don't think that they would let him come in and take medicines by himself without it being looked at by one of the physicians. So I wouldn't call him a cheater. No.
And he has so much natural ability. He doesn't need to cheat. He's amazing, Mike Trout.
I mean, all these baseball players. I mean, you're talking the talent. These guys are phenomenal. So it's just it's genetics. It's like guys who are pro bodybuilders. When people, it pisses me off when people say it's all steroids. That's bullshit. These guys break their ass genetically. Statistically, out of 10,000, has great genetics to allow them to go that far. Yeah. So it pisses me off when people say, testosterone. No, I can never get any. I can never go as far as any pro. I mean, these guys are genetically perfect. Yeah. I mean, they're blessed, but they break their ass. Yeah. They work very hard. They deserve it.
Doesn't come in a bottle, no matter what some of you people think. MHS.care, Brian Kaufman, check it out. He knows a lot of these things that you guys have questions for. So, and then he can get you on the program as well. Check out their website today.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Hi, I'm Michelle and you're watching MSTV.
OldSchoolLion.com presents MSM's coverage of the 2019 LA Fit Expo right here. Ultimate Arm Wrestling League booth with Veronica Knight. It's about time Ray hooked me up with a sweet young lady. All of these big burly men starting to get nervous a little bit. So tell us, I see Alpha Empire. Give us a little history about you. Ray says you have a lot of credentials as far as in the arm wrestling industry.
I'm the captain of the ladies team out there. We practice every Sunday out in San Bernardino. I've been pulling for almost 3 years now. I pull in the pro class, but I mean, I could still consider myself pretty amateur, honestly. Especially in the bigger weight class, I've got a bit to learn. So these ladies are strong and they pull pretty hard. Honestly, I love it. We just always got that fire in us.
I tell you, it's very interesting because arm wrestling, most people think guys are doing it. But when you see the ladies doing it...
Everybody scoffs at it.
I'm not scoffing at it. I find it's more impressive.
People are like, arm wrestling, really? It's like, try it, though. Like, people, they get it. They get the fire in them or they don't, Like, it's a hit or miss always. So,
to me,
the ladies' sport is really a big deal for us and the team. At one point, we had 11 ladies on the team, and aside from the Swedish team, it's probably like one of the biggest teams out there. So,
I actually find it more impressive when women do things like this, like bodybuilding, like power, strength sports.
A lot of lifting, yeah, big time.
Because most people, like I said, that they wouldn't think. So you really got to commit harder to it as a woman, not just because of the public perception, but just guys per se are naturally stronger, so you got to train your ass off even harder to get that strength up, even though you're going against a woman. What got you into this sport?
At the time, it was actually my husband, and we watched this documentary, Pulling John. It's one of the best ones out there. And at the time, the show Game of Arms was out. It was fucking awesome. So, I mean, my husband and my son went to a tournament, and they just got the bug. They got to meet the Travis Bajent, and they, you know, it's pretty cool when you could sit down with the champ and just have a soda with him, and like he came up to the table, no problem. So the next tournament, I went with them, and I mean, I got whooped. I didn't know what I was doing, but it was awesome. I loved it, and I've loved it ever since, honestly.
And are you competing today, or you're just here hanging out watching?
Yeah, I had a super match today. It went really well, yay me. It was, my opponent's pretty strong too, though. Like, we had some good grinders. I'm pulling 2 different classes as well, just right arm, because my left is pretty shot right now, but yeah, it's going pretty well. Half my team's up there. They're doing pretty good. We got a lot of other female pullers out there, some ladies from New York, from Canada, like Washington, all over the country. So, yeah, it's a big tournament today.
That's pretty cool, though, because you're here for yourself and for your teammates that you coach.
We support everybody, definitely, especially in the ladies class. Like, you know, when we're on the table, nobody's friends, but at the end of the day, like, we all have a great time, and we can't promote it if we're all a bunch, you know, catty with each other and stuff. So,
where can they find you on social media? Go ahead, plug yourself.
Well, my Instagram will be a Blazin' V. I'll post that up later. On Facebook, well, you'll find me on the Alpha page. It's not pretty hard.
Alpha Empire. What's their website?
Alpha Empire Armwrestling Team.
Alpha Empire Armwrestling Team.com. Make sure you go there and check out the website, click on the social media, and follow them.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and you're watching MSTV.
Right here with Staff Sergeant Russell Allen at Pro 50 Park at Russell Sport Mag new issue launch party. Anthony Tomarello's cover, and Russell is a client of Anthony. Russell, welcome to the program. How long have you been in the service? 14 years. Holy shit. Josh was 13. He's a staff sergeant also. You guys, are you on the same base? Yep, we work together. Oh, very cool. Now, I was kind of surprised that soldiers needed a trainer, because you guys obviously in the service, you stay in shape, you have a good diet and all that. Now there's 2 that I'm aware of. There might even be more that we didn't see yet. What made you want to come to get a trainer, and how did you choose to be a metro trainer?
I was like, I actually dad at some point. Actually, I have a lot of things to get to work with. I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit see what he can do. And he's helping me, he's helping guys, he's helping veterans. There's a lot of us out there.
I think it's really cool. Just threw another name out, Kevin. So I know there's at least one more of you guys out there that know Anthony as a trainer, even though we do get obviously a trainer in the service. And I have talked to you and to Josh and the other guys in the service. What is your social media?
My social media is Mr. Ego Trip. I also have I See You Dripping.
I see you dripping. Well, with that last interview with Lauren and Michelle, I was dripping. 450 o'clock right here with Staff Sergeant Russell Mullen.